Here is called No One Knows from the Work, Heroio Valio by Robert Smith III. In everything I could imagine or dream, everything is similar, but people choose to not have seen. It seems that I must tell you what I mean, as if everyone on earth would love the life of the queen. Kings like to roar, but for some reason, it's too much noise. So we have to keep it down, as if we are little boys. I feel that I must let these cats out of the bag. I'll take some skeletons too, so that people know who's bad. This is no Santa Claus story with some kind of blown theory. If you let the bad apple lead, then we'll all be weary. So, what is a bad apple? The world may never know. But even so, I'll go for what I know. The only thing I know is a whole lot of nothing. Leave it to common sense, and you can make something out of nothing. Why is it that I want to be healthy? If I go for the bad apple, I'll never be wealthy. I would like to be brief and get to the point. I'll tell you my spiel if you explain your point. The question is, should I follow a mask with no power, or any mask for that matter, to be sour every hour of my existence, trying to get my life back? You see, if you follow wrong, you're weak and not strong, as a matter of fact. On the plain of the desert, losing life to become lifeless, I chose life, and Jesus showed me what my life is: devotion to a cause, whenever the matter reaches the court. But I can't help everyone, because some cases are for sport. And on, dot, dot, dot. Take it little by little. Don't ask me a riddle. If you know the answer to the riddle, the Riddler, Fiddler, and Builder all serve the same purpose, which is to find their true story and know that every life has a purpose. But the world will never know how to escape death, you know. The world is the majority, and no one knows. It's been happening over and over. Some things always stay the same. So the majority is a little bit stranger than you think. The majority is always a handful of people, but the majority have say so and power over a lot of things. So if you can get the majority straight as far as like what common sense is, what's common sense, what's not, when you get them straight, that's when things get better. Majority is a handful of people. They're just very powerful, influential people. And so if you can get their understanding right, that's when things get better. So it's like the majority has to understand that there's ways to focus on life and living. Focus on the food, serve and protect. So you say you protect people. That's what the majority says. Now, concentrate on feeding people food. Also, that's the main thing. First, you feed people, but you protect them while you feed them. But feed people food. That helps. All right, so let's get back to it. It's been happening over and over. Some things always stay the same, while a majority of things seem to change. There are many ways and many ways left on avoidance of dealing with the way Jesus Christ left. We all know he was immortal. And if you didn't know, now you know. But his heart made him mortal, out of which our pain flowed. The easiest thing to do in life is just to accept it. And yes, there is hatred in the world. And Jesus told me to expect it. I'm going back to the beginning so that I might help write the ending. What about those middle age events? Alpha means beginning, and Omega means ending. I believe those two choices will be used for my final answer. Knowing the words of Jesus is a remedy as a cure and not just as an answer. The life of repetition exists, but is always ever changing, with every testimony different as preparation for a homeward bound landing. What does that mean? All it's saying is, like, dude, um, man, every day we go on a journey. You make it back home and when you lay in your bed every day to go to sleep for the next day, when you wake up first thing in the morning out of your bed, that's you going on a journey, whether you want to, whether you don't, because you're up. Whatever your eyes see that day, that's a journey. Then when you close your eyes to go to sleep, that's homeward bound. Now wherever you decide to close your eyes and sleep, well, that's your home for right then, where you're sleeping at. So if you go to sleep in the library, however long you out for, that's your home because you're not seeing anything. Your eyes are asleep. I'm just making this as easy as I possibly can there. All right, so I say, look, my brother, use your imagination, but be reasonable, because some ideas would never serve the purpose for many occasions. I used to think small, but all things are possible that are reasonable. You look as though you did not have a clue, but all of Boss Company will be there when the situation is reasonable. And even if it isn't reasonable, Boss Company is there. It's still there, sitting and waiting patiently because favor isn't fair. Be hospitable and domesticated last. That is the goal and perfection, to lead people to a new home and body at the last day in one mortal's existence. Since eternal life doesn't happen overnight, it takes lots of resistance along with lots of persistence. So be consistent and ever vigilant. You will know when to move as a reward of your patience and diligence. And time after time, rewards become greater, living in love to be molded in a trial by fire. Man, to those that are worthy, what remains after the fire will stay theirs. Man, that's deep. I'm not even going to explain that. I don't think I have to. All right, so I'll let people take their opinion on that. That story right there is called No One Knows, from the work Heroio Valio by Robert Smith III.